Question number 38. If you read the question, it states find the equation of the line passing through the intersection of the lines. Okay, 4x plus 3y is equal to 1 and 5x plus 4y is equal to 2. And you have two questions. That is, you need to find out the equation. In the first part, if you see, you need to find out the equation of a straight line which passes through the point of intersection of these two straight lines and is parallel to this line. Okay, so let's do the first part first. Let's say these two are your straight lines. They are intersecting. Okay, the equations of which are 4x plus 3y is equal to 1, and here you have 5x plus 4y is equal to 2. Okay, these two lines are intersecting, and you need to find out the equation of a straight line which passes through the point of intersection of these two straight lines. Let's say this dotted line. Okay, you need to find the equation of this dotted line which passes through the point of intersection of these two straight lines. Not only that, but is also this line is also parallel to another line. This. Okay, whose equation is given to you as x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Now, in order to find out the equation of this dotted line, what we do is we first find out this point of intersection, say P. Okay, how do you find out the point of intersection? We solve these two equations. Okay, so solving the equations for x plus 3y is equal to 1, call this 1, and 5x plus 4y is
Good
equal to
morning,
2.
sir.
Morning. Okay, so you solve these two equations. How do you solve? Elimination method. Okay, let's eliminate x first. You can multiply this by 5. You can multiply this by 4. Okay, so you solve these two. 20x plus 15y is equal to 5, and you get 20x plus 16y is equal to 8. Subtract. Okay, this cancels. So you get minus y is equal to 5 minus 8, which is minus 3. That means you get y is equal to 3. Okay, putting y is equal to 3 in 2 or 1. Putting y is equal to 3, let's put it in 2. Putting y is equal to 3 in 2, we get 5x plus 4 into 3 is equal to 2. That's 5x plus 12 is equal to 2. Then you get 5x is equal to 2 minus 12. 5x is equal to minus 10. That means x must be equal to minus 10 by 5, which is equal to minus 2. So therefore, what is the point of intersection? P of 1 and 2. P x coordinate is minus 2 and the y coordinate is 3, right? This is what we have got, the point of intersection. So this is minus 2, 3, right? Now we need to find out the equation of this dotted line which passes through this point P minus 2, 3, and which is parallel to this line x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. So since these two straight lines are parallel, therefore their slopes must be equal. Let us say the slope of this is m1. Okay, so find out the slope of this line by writing it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So we have x plus 2y minus 5 is equal to 0. Writing this equation in the form y is equal to mx plus c, we get 2y is equal to minus x plus 5. Hence you get y is equal to minus x plus 5 by 2. Means you get y is equal to minus half x plus 5x. Okay. So therefore, what is the slope of this line? Slope of the line x minus 2y, sorry, x plus 2y minus 5 equal to 0 is, let's say m1 is equal to minus half, right? It's the coefficient of x here. So slope of this we have got as minus half. If the slope of this line is minus half, then the slope of this line, say m2, it must also be equal to minus half because they are parallel. So therefore, slope of the required line m2 is equal to m1 is equal to minus half, right? So now, how will you find out the equation of this dotted line? You know the slope of this line and you know a point through which it passes. Therefore, we use the point slope form where this is your x1, y1, right? And this is your m2 is your m. Okay. Hence, required equation of the line is y minus y1 is equal to m2 into x minus x1, right? Now, what is the value of x1, y1 here? This p, the point of intersection. This is your x1, y1, right? So x1 is minus 2, y1 is 3. Y1 is 3, so you put y1 is equal to 3. M2 we have got as minus half, and x1 is minus 2. Yes, x1 is minus 2. So we put this in the curly brackets, right? And therefore we can solve. Now we can write this in our standard form, in this general form, in fact. So we have minus half into x plus 2. Now you cross multiply, you get twice y minus 3 is equal to minus x plus 2. Next, that's 2y minus 6 is equal to minus x minus 6. Means you take this x this side and this 6 also this side. So you get x plus 2y minus 6 plus 6 is equal to 0. So you simply get x plus 2y is equal to 0. Okay. So what kind of a straight line is this? So this is your answer, but I'm just asking you for your knowledge. What kind of a straight line is this? This straight line, if you see, it does not have any constant here, right? X plus 2y plus nothing. Okay. Plus 0, in fact. Okay. You don't have any constant. You only have x and y in the equation. That means this line must pass through the origin. This line must pass through the origin. Okay. I told you in the beginning, if you see in an equation, if you don't have the constant term, if it only has x and y, then it must pass through the origin. Just by looking at the equation, you say that must pass through the origin. Okay. So now we'll proceed with the same question, but next part. Okay. Same question, but in fact, this time we don't have to find out the equation of this dotted line. Okay. Let's erase this dotted line. You have to find some other line, but then that line also passes to the point of intersection. So we'll not erase these two lines. Okay, let's read the next question. You need to find out the equation of a straight line which passes through the intersection of these two lines, okay, and whose coordinates of point of intersection we have already got by solving the two equations, okay. And if you see, the next question says perpendicular to the x-axis, right? So you need to find the equation of the such a line, let's say this kind of a dotted line, which passes through the point of intersection of these two lines, and also um, which is perpendicular to the x-axis. So let's say if you have your x-axis in this manner, okay, then this must be perpendicular to the x-axis, okay. So how will you find out the equation of this dotted line here? Now, first of all, in your standard form, when we are doing, what was the equation of a straight line which was perpendicular to the x-axis? Okay, any straight line which is perpendicular to the x-axis, whether this line or whether this line. If any straight line is perpendicular to the x-axis, that means it is parallel to the y-axis, right? If it is parallel to the y-axis, equation of any straight line parallel to the y-axis must be of the form x is equal to a, isn't it? The first standard form that we did, right? So therefore, equation of the dotted line, because it is parallel to the x-axis, the equation of this dotted line must be of the form x is equal to a, right? So since the required line is perpendicular to the x-axis, it is parallel to the y-axis. Therefore, its equation is of the form x is equal to a, right? Now the question is how to find out the value of a. Now this is very easy because we know that this dotted line x is equal to a passes to the point minus 2, 3, right? Since this line passes through minus 2, 3. So therefore, this must satisfy the equation of the line. So replace x by minus 2 in this. So therefore, minus 2 must be equal to a. That means the value of a is minus 2. Hence, what is the equation of the required line? Equation of the required line is x is equal to minus 2, right? Or you can also write it as x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, that solves the next part of the question also. Fine. So we proceed to the next question. Okay, so then your next question here is question number 40. In fact, this is a question from reflection. Okay, and if you remember, when I shared with you the note on reflection, there was at the end of the note I had given you a small remark there that when this part will be discussed when I'll be discussing straight lines. Okay, so this problem concerns that part. Okay, if you see, find the image of the point in the line x minus 2y minus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, so let's say this is your given point here. Okay, let's say the given point here is P. Okay, given to be 1, 2. You need to find out the image of this point in this line. What is the equation of the line given to you? X minus 2y minus 7 is equal to 0. You need to find out the image of this point P dash, right? You need to find out the coordinates of this image. Okay. So how do you proceed to find out? See, first of all, if you join P and P dashed, if P dashed is the image of P, then what can you say about this point M? What can you say about this point M? This point M clearly, since object distance must be equal to image distance, this distance must be equal to this distance. That means M must be the midpoint of PP dashed, right? Also, PM must be perpendicular to x minus 2y minus 7. You can say this. So therefore, now using these two information, we can find out the image of P under reflection in the line x minus 2y minus 7. Okay. So first of all, we'll find out the slope of this line. So writing x minus 2y minus 7 equal to 0 in the form y is equal to mx plus c, we get 2y is equal to x minus 7. That means y is equal to x minus 7 by 2. And y is equal to half x minus 7 by 2. Right? So therefore, slope of the mirror line. Slope of the mirror line. Let's call this M1. Okay. This is your mirror line. And what is the slope of this line we have got? Half. Right? This coefficient of x. Now, what is the slope of the line PP dashed? Therefore, slope of the line PP dashed is PP dash is perpendicular to the mirror line, right? So therefore, its slope M2 must be the negative reciprocal of M1, right? Which is equal to minus 1 by half, which is equal to minus 2. So we have got the slope of this line M2 as minus 2, right? So now we know the slope of the dotted line, right? And what do we know? We also know that it passes through the point P, right? So how can we find out the equation of the dotted line? Yes, because we know one point on the line and we know the slope of the line. So using point slope form, we can find out the equation of the line PP dashed. So right, let's find out. Therefore, equation of the line PP dashed is y minus y1 is equal to m2 times x minus x1. And what is x1 y1 here? This point is your x1 y1, right? So let's write x1 is 2, y1 is x1 is 1, y1 is 2. Put it here. Y minus 2 is equal to m2 is minus 2 into x minus 1. This is the equation of the dotted line PP dashed. So y minus 2 is equal to minus 2x plus 2. You take everything on the left hand side, so you get 2x plus y minus 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So you get 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the dotted line, right? What is the equation? Let's write it here. 2x plus y minus 4. This is the equation of the dotted line we have got. Now see, this line and this line, this equation was already given to you. This equation we have already found out. Therefore, what should be the coordinates of M? M is the point of intersection of these two lines. So if I solve these two equations, I'll get the coordinates of M, right? So let's solve these two equations. So solving mirror line is x minus 2y minus 7. X minus 2y minus 7 equal to 0. Call this 1. And this line, the dotted line PP dashed is 2x plus y minus 4 equal to 0. Let's solve these two equations. Okay, how do you solve? So multiply this by 2, multiply this by 1. So you get 2x minus 4y minus 14 is equal to 0. And here you have 2x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. Subtract. This cancels. So you get minus 5y and minus 14 plus 4 will give you minus 10 is equal to 0. Right? So you get here minus 5y is equal to 10. Means you get y is equal to 10 by minus 5. You get y is equal to minus 2. Right? Now you've got y. So you can put the value of y in any of the two equations now. Let's put it in 2. Putting y is equal to minus 2 in 2. We get 2x plus minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. So you get 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. That means you get 2x is equal to 6. That means you get x is equal to 6 by 2, which means x is equal to 3. Right? So therefore, what is the coordinates of M? Point of intersection of the two lines? 3, and y coordinate is minus 2. Let's write it here. Coordinates of M is 3 minus 2. Now clearly M is the midpoint of PP dash. You know the coordinates of P. You know the coordinates of this. Therefore, definitely you can find out this coordinate. Let us say the coordinates of this is AB. Okay. Now, so I say let the coordinates of the image of P, let the coordinates of the image of P. What is the coordinate of P given here? 1, 2. P dashed AB. Right? So therefore, M is the midpoint of PP dashed. Right? Now here, what is the coordinate of therefore what should be the coordinates of M in terms of A and B? Coordinates of M, because this is your x1 y1 and this is your x2 y2. So what should be the coordinates of PP dash, midpoint of the PP dash? It should be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, right? But what is the coordinates of M we have got? 3 minus 2. So therefore this must be equal to 1 plus a by 2, 2 plus b by 2 must be equal to 3 minus 2. So therefore what do you get? You can solve for a and b from here and get the values of a and b. So 1 plus a by 2 must be equal to 3 and 2 plus b by 2 must be equal to minus 2. That means you get 1 plus a is equal to 6 and 2 plus b is equal to minus 4. You get a is equal to 6 minus 1 and b is equal to minus 4 minus 2. Means you get a is equal to 5 and you get b is equal to minus 6. So hence coordinates of the image of P 1, 2 is P dash 5 minus 6. That's it. Okay. This part I had told you I'll discuss when I'll be discussing straight lines. So there you have. So that finishes this question. Although one line question, see how long the solution is. We will finish the last question and this should be the end of the topic unless you have any question. Okay. Last question. Look at number 42. Number 42. Question is OABC is a square. O is the origin and the points A and B are coordinates are given. Coordinates of A is given to be 3, 0 and the coordinates of B is given to be PQ. If OABC lies in the first quadrant, find the values of P and Q. Also, write down the equations of AB and BC. Let's see. This is your X and Y axis. Okay. Now this OABC, this is one vertex of the square O, right? So its coordinate is 0, 0. And this square lies in the first quadrant. This is given here. See, lies in the first quadrant. So OABC, that means this is how your square will look like. This is how your square will look like. So O, A, B, C. Okay. And what are the coordinates of A given here? 3, 0. Coordinates of B given here? PQ. They are asking you to find out the values of P and Q. So how will you find out the values of P and Q? So first of all, see this, if this coordinate, X coordinate is 3, then this distance must be how much? 3 units, right? If this distance is 3 units, that means the value of P must be equal to 3, right? So therefore we can write all these are equal. So therefore, here, right, here OA is equal to AB, not AB. OA must be equal to the X coordinate of B. OA must be equal to X coordinate of B, right? Which is equal to P, which is equal to 3, isn't it? So you've got the value of P. Next, how to get the value of Q? If this is a square, then this is also 3 units, right? So that means AB rather, not OB, AB must be equal to Y coordinate of B. And what is the Y coordinate of B? It is equal to Q, right? And what is the length of AB? Plus 3. Hence, coordinates of B, you only have to find out the values of P and Q. Fine, we have found out the values of P and Q. Okay, P is 3, Q is 3. Okay, so let's write it down here so that we are ready with this information. Because we have a second part to this question also. Next question is, also write down the equations of AB and BC. Okay, you need to write down the equation of AB and BC. Now, what should the equation of AB? This is a straightforward question. You know 2 points on this line, right? You can use a 2-point form. Otherwise, the better way is this straight line is perpendicular to the x-axis, right? That means this straight line is parallel to the y-axis, isn't it? So AB, since AB is perpendicular to the x-axis, it is parallel to the y-axis. Therefore, its equation is of the form x is equal to a, right? So this line, this equation is of the form x is equal to a. Now it passes through 3, 0 or 3, 3, whichever one you can use. You know 2 points, right? So you can find out the value of a here since it passes through 3, 0. Therefore, you can replace this x coordinate by 3. 3 must be equal to a. That means a is equal to 3. Therefore, equation of the line AB is, or the side AB is, x is equal to 3, right? So we have got this equation, x is equal to 3. Next, what is the last part? Also, you need not only need to find the equation of AB, you also need to find the equation of BC. Now, what kind of a line is BC? BC is perpendicular to the y-axis. Since BC is perpendicular to the y-axis, it is must be parallel to the x-axis. Must be parallel to the x-axis. Therefore, its equation must be of the form. Therefore, its equation is of the form. Any straight line which is parallel to the x-axis, its equation is of the form y is equal to b, isn't it? So this equation has the form y is equal to b. And what point does it pass through? You know, it passes through 3, 3, right? So we can find out the value of b. So since passes through 3, 3, therefore we can replace this y by this coordinate. 3 must be equal to b. That means you get b is equal to 3. Hence, what is the equation of BC? Hence, equation of the side BC is y is equal to 3. That is what you have to find out. You have to find out the equation of the line AB or the side AB, and you have to find out the equation of the side BC. And both those two we have finished, right? So that brings us an end to this topic.